Operation Noma Kanjani Manje Namhlanje is in full swing in Braamfontein. The campaign was launched earlier this year to deal with crime in the city of Johannesburg. The MMC for Public Safety, Dr. Mgcini, Tshwaku, says the city has many businesses which were not approved by the city. This includes vendors which sells expired food. Let's now bring in the MMC for an update with regards to this operation. MMC, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. Tell us about what happened in Braamfontein as part of this operation and what you discovered.
No, thank you very much, Adrian. Good morning to yourself and good morning to your viewers at home. No, the operation, it's actually Operation Noma Kanjani Manje Namhlanje. Yes, it is the main effort or the reason for this operation is really targeted the inner city. We're cleaning the inner city because I think it's one of the priorities of the city, as agreed with the mayor, the Morero. One of the things that's been realized or seen was that many businesses now, they were starting to move out of the inner city because of lack of, they're saying that, there's too much crime, traffic is a lot, and then, people are parking everywhere and all those things. And there's bylaws, they're not really being enforced, especially with the informal traders, which there's a designated areas where they're supposed to be trading. But they're just everywhere, and then it creates a nightmare for us to do visible policing, foot patrol, and all of things. And also it's causing a lot of littering that is happening there. So we decided, we went to the inner city. We've targeted it's a clean street, the MTN taxi ring around the area there. We've shut down many businesses which are not actually, complying as per bylaw. Most of these buildings in Aldrin, whether you can say maybe it was an oversight on our side or because we're not there at this point in time. Most of them, they don't have any building plans. They've never even approached building control in terms of establishing whether the business is supposed to be there or not. Because the building plan, you have a choice. I mean, you must ask in terms of is the building supposed to be for housing or is for business, but they've never approached that. So a person just takes a normal building, converts it into whatever they want to convert it in. Number two, those buildings, their building plans have never passed through they have never been approved by the EMS. So if anything can happen, the hazard fire, the people, they will die. So we've closed most of those buildings around the area so that they must go and approach the city so that they can be helped to really, comply. Some of them have not opened yet.
Yeah.
And then we decided that let us go to Braamfontein. Braamfontein, as you know, that the city is there. It's a government precinct. And there's a lot of buildings as well there, and the spaza shops and some of the supermarkets which are operating without the approval of the city. So those ones, they remain closed. But yesterday, I've seen that there was an approval by the EMS. So I have to go now. Actually, I was on my way to go and check, if the building is already closed. Yesterday, you saw is that, there were motorbikes delivering, the deliveries that were, number one, we found almost 28 of them. The drivers don't even have a license. They don't even have any form of identification. Some of them are not from South Africa. Actually, majority of them are not from South Africa. Out of 28, one was from South Africa. They were illegally parked and all those things. So all those 28 motorbikes coming, they were delivering goods coming from Pick n Pay, Checkers, Take a Lot, Mr. Delivery. All of those motorbikes were impounded. So their owners were calling me like crazy yesterday, and I told them that they must go to GMPD. So it is yielding some results in terms of the buildings and compliance, and we're going to continue. We're on our way there now. We're going to flood the area again and do more bylaw to go into the building to check they comply. What was very interesting, Aldrin, before I can just hand it over to you, is that there was a shop there that was making chips. The fried chips. And many students from vets are actually buying and all these colleges around the area. And that shop was changing oil after a month. You know, such health hazards. So that shop has actually still remained closed at this point in time, and it was not approved by the environmental health.
Yeah. Tell us about the motorbike drivers, the ones that you caught. I think you said about 28 of them, and 27
Yes.
of them are, you said, foreign nationals. Are all 27 of them undocumented foreign nationals?
Yes, they are. Yes, they don't have any form of papers, no asylum seeking, and all of that. Yes. So we've tried to reach out to the Home Affairs. You know, so we've alerted, you know, the Home Affairs. Most of those people, we said that what is very interesting is that some of the people, the owners of those motorbikes, are South Africans, by the way. Because when we were busy arresting them, some of the South Africans came in and asked, what is the problem? What is the issue? And when we asked them a question, why do you allow individuals with no driver's license, with no papers to be in South Africa, you know, to really, you know, to do those. So we really, because, I mean, the Home Affairs was not there. So, but we said to them, before we can give them their bikes, all the owners of these bikes, they must meet with the MMC of Public Safety in the City of Johannesburg and at the JMPD offices to really into account in terms of what is going to happen. And I mean, we're going to get the law enforcement involved, which is the police.
Yeah. And MMC, just quickly in conclusion, one of the challenges that you've had to deal with here in the City of Johannesburg is also around illegal mining and unlawful mining that has been taking place around the City of Johannesburg. What's your view, though, on how law enforcement, specifically now looking at what Operation Valumkote, the approach that has been taken in Stilfontein. As an MMC for safety in Joburg, of course, not in the Northwest, what's your view on how law enforcement has approached this issue of illegal miners?
Look, the illegal miners, you know, in Johannesburg, the main problem, Eldrin, that we had in Johannesburg, it was that, you know, in this thing of Amazamazama is that you've got just normal miners like these, you know, chance takers, Amazam, who goes underground, goes and get the, you know, this soil that is rich in those minerals, and they should come out. The problem in Johannesburg was that they were fighting amongst each other. So there was this a turf war. And then when they were fighting amongst each other, communities were becoming a collateral. And many community members were actually dying. So we actually moved in because of actually that. But I think that is the way that we're even approaching it was that we were saying that, look, what we could have done is that we must get these communities involved, because if you look at the mining, the problem is that communities have never been involved. Companies have came in, exploited the area, took the minerals away, and they've never shared the bonus with this community. So we were saying to them that at some point we need to ensure that we really regulate it, and we approve what is called artisanal mining, implement it, because the department actually has it, and start to ensure that the mining, you know, it's really taken to the communities, and you've got artisanal mining. So we should, at some, I mean, we can't let the people, you know, die underground there. Yeah. Of course, we are very angry. We're very angry, and what happens is that with those Amazamas, they are creating the sinkholes, which is dangerous for the community. But we can't pronounce and saying that let them die underground there. I know the anger. It's one of the talks that probably in our circles we're just saying, because at some point, due to anger and also for them fighting and killing the community, I was of the view that, you know what, let these people, you know, let us smoke them down there and leave them down there. But humanity actually prevailed that no, we need to go and take them out. If there was a way that we could take them out there, and the department, as the departments, we must ensure that Department of DMRE, it closes it down properly. There's a proper rehabilitation of these mines so that you don't have individuals going out there. Yeah, well, so we must have an element of, I know the anger can take over sometimes. And I did not pronounce those things as well, but it was just the anger that we had because the main problem, Adrian, was that what make us very furious in Johannesburg, they were shooting at each other because of the fight they had. So that shooting was affecting these communities, So we need to really find, we need to be saving them out there, take them out. If they don't have any papers, let the Home Affairs, try to, to process them and, do whatever they actually have to do. And also the MRE must come on board and ensure that when they take people out underground, those mines must be closed permanently.
Okay.
And they must come on board. Yeah, they must come on board.
Thank you so much for your time. Public safety, the MMC there in the city of Johannesburg, Dr. Mgcini Tshwaku, around their operation that they're carrying out in the inner city of Johannesburg, but also on this ongoing issue in relation